Hello, creative friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. My name is Cheryl Dorsey. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California, and today is Monday, November 17th. Thank you for tuning in today. I see some of you are already here, very prompt. I almost forgot how to go live. I haven't done it for a couple weeks, and so it was time. And I was like, wait, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Okay. It looks like a few of you are here. Let me see if I can get my computer to refresh so I can see what's going on. Hopefully, you can hear me today. So, if somebody who is on just can let me know, yes, we can hear you, that would be great. It seems like every once in a while that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay. Oh, I can see. Okay, I can see the comments now. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I feel like I was gone forever. Vacation was wonderful. It was fantastic. So, and actually, we had so much time, so much fun this time that we've already booked a vacation for next November. So that's when you know it's good. That's when you know it's real good. You you book the next one. You can start giving all your money away a year in advance. Anyway, today we're going to do something fun and easy. So hopefully that's the kind of thing you're looking for. This is something that I've done before. Um, I don't know, last year maybe, or the year before. And it's one of my favorite little treats to make. So for Christmas or for showers, like a baby shower or a bridal shower or a Mother's Day tea, it works for every occasion. You're just going to change the paper and make it appropriate for whatever you are celebrating. All right. Oh, good. Okay, so it does look like we're going. Here's where you can find me. If you haven't already looked at my website, that's it, CherylDorsey.StampinUp.net. So I hope you'll come over there and visit me. All of my projects are over there on the projects tab. And when you go over there, you can find the measurements for my projects and you can find the shopping list for the products that I used. So you can shop in my online store there. And I really appreciate it when you guys do that. All right, let's get started. This measurements aren't hard today. This is a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. I can pick it up. There we go. 6x6 piece of designer series paper. That's really the only measurement you need. These are just scraps. I've got a piece of ribbon here that I'm going to use today. And we're going to make this beautiful one with the traditions of Christmas paper, which I love, absolutely love. So we're going to use that to make one of these treats. And then we're going to make one for fall. I am not hosting for Thanksgiving this year. I am invited to go to someone else's house. So I'm going to make some of these with a fall motif and take them as little treats to hand out. So we're going to do those two. And then I've got one other Christmas one with a different paper. So, and these will go together really quick. All right, let's start. I've got my paper, 6x6, and I am just going to start by folding it in half diagonally. So I'm going to line up my little corners there and then just come over here and start to crease like this. Very easy. Now I'm going to use a piece of grid paper here. You don't have to. And actually, after you've made a couple of these, you won't need to. But I do want to show you how to use it as an aid if you want to do that. So I'm just looking for one of these lines down here. I'm going to line it up along that line. So basically, I'm just trying to make sure that the next fold I make is straight according to this fold that is parallel to this fold. So I've got the bottom lined up straight along one of these lines. Then I'm going to be folding this back. And the tip of the paper, I want to be like about half an inch, I would say between half an inch and 3/4 of an inch away from the edge. Okay, so I'm just guessing. I mean, you can measure it and put a little dot there if you want to, but I'm kind of eyeballing it. And what I want to make sure is that when I fold this, this line is also along the same plane as the fold along the bottom. So again, if you have a pretty good eye, you won't need to do this, or after you've done it a couple times, you won't need to do this. But it's just so you don't get too far off. So I can see that, like, I'm just a little bit above this line over here and a little bit above it over there. So I feel like this fold and this fold are parallel to each other. So I'm going to get that out of the way. That's all I was using that for. Now I'm going to lift this up and grab this corner down here, and I'm going to bring it up, and I want the edge to be just below this fold. So I'm going to kind of bring it over here like this, and I'm really going to pay close attention to this corner right here. Just want to make sure that it's just below and that I'm still going to be able to fold this back over it. Because now we're getting kind of thick. We've got several layers of designer series paper here, but that is still going to fold back over it. Okay, so that's good. All right, now same thing with this corner. I'm going to bring it over here. I just like to hold this up because it helps to guide me to where I want to push this down and fold it. So here we go. And you can use your bone folder on this. Now this is pretty thick, so I am going to use my bone folder. Just remember that when you use it on your designer series paper, it's a little different than when you use it on your cardstock because the paper is a little more delicate. And so if you really go at it really hard, push down really hard, you could damage the paper, and we don't want to do that. So here we go. We've got this cute little fold like this. Adorable, adorable. So I'm going to just set that aside for a minute. I've also heard this called a diaper fold. So I don't know. Maybe you've heard it called that. We need to stamp. So let's grab a stamp, and I've been using this stamp a lot. May your Christmas be bright. I just love it. I love the font. I love the size of it. And I've used that on a lot of projects so far. And I'm going to use it again today. It's the Wishing You Joy stamp set. And I am going to use Secret C ink today. I don't know if you can see, there is some Secret C in this paper. Okay, I'm just going to put this in the middle because I'm going to die cut it. There we go. Just love the way that looks. All right, we're going to die cut both of these pieces of cardstock, and I am going to use the traditional labels dies, two of these. Let me just show you this one and this one, and they nest together really nicely. They each have a cute little pattern along the edge, so very decorative, I think. So I'm going to use those, and just so you can have a peek at what else is in there, lots of great dies. Okay, I need my little mini machine. And first, let's just run this one through the larger die. For the red cardstock, it is real red. I don't remember if I said that. It is real red cardstock. Okay. There we go. Very pretty. And now we want to cut out our sentiment. Let me grab my Post-it note tape. See if I can get this centered in there. Little tape to hold that in place. And I'll run this one through. So I hope that if you decide to make these, and I hope you will, um, that you will have as much fun as I have when I make them, because I just start pulling out all the things. And I get some paper I like, I get a sentiment stamp that I like, and I'll either die cut or punch these pieces. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. It's really, there are no rules. You just use whatever you like. And sometimes that's just fun. My studio looks a mess when I do that, because I do start pulling out lots of stuff, and all the work surfaces are covered. Looks like an explosion. Here. I think that's really pretty. Very Christmassy. Okay, now what do I want to do next? I am going to adhere this to the front right here. Oops, got a little piece of paper on there. This is just going to go on here. Now, it's just kind of flapping around. When I'm finished, it won't matter. It'll stay down. If this bothers you, then by all means, put a glue dot or a little bit of adhesive or something there and hold it down. You definitely can do that. All right, so let me grab this. And really, here, what I want to tell you is I really just want to adhere this to this flap. I don't want to stick it down all over my folds down here, because I'll tell you why in just a second here. So I'm just kind of putting some glue right here. And the reason is I'm going to put something inside, and it's going to, so it's not going to lay flat. All right, so this is not going to keep laying flat. It is going to want to pop up a little bit. And I don't want this to be trying to stay down everywhere. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to. It just needs to be stuck on there so it doesn't fly away. Again, that's totally up to you. If you'd rather have it stuck down all the way, then you should definitely do that. Okay. I was trying to decide how to decorate this. And I had this little piece that I had cut out from the designer series paper from one of the other pieces from there. So what do you think? Do you think we should use that, or do you think I should use some embellishments? Let's see, I've got these pretty sequins that we could use. So I don't know. Is this too much? It's too big for this, or do you think it looks okay? So I'm going to pop over here in the comments and see what's going on. Hi, Jean. Hi, Carla, Marlene, and Bobby. Welcome. Glad you guys are here. Marlene says, I like it. Okay, well, Marlene, you get you get to decide. We're gonna go with it. Since I had it, I cut it out for something else and then I didn't use it. And so I just saw it lying here, like, you know what? Maybe we should just put that on here. So I just put a little bit of glue right here. And we'll just kind of tuck it right in here. Let me hold that down for just a second so it stays in place. Okay, some of you other folks out there like the flowers, so that's good because now we're committed. So, all right, now what goes inside? Here's the fun part. So I this year I've done this different times, but this year I bought these Biscoff cookies. I love these. So if you haven't had a Biscoff cookie, you need to get one immediately. They're so delicious. So I've got a Biscoff cookie or biscuit, and I have some tea, and I have a honey stick. So now we're going to put these things in here. I'm going to stick this right down in there. Let me see if I can get it in there straight. There we go. So there it is, my holiday chai tea. And then I'm going to fold under the bottom flap of that. And then I'm going to slide it down in there, right on top of my tea. And now I have a little cellophane bag. And I'm just going to slip this in here. Now, the other thing is, if you're worried about this moving around, you can put a little glue dot, back here, glue dot between them to hold it together. But I'm going to put it inside a bag. You don't have to do that. You could just take this. Eventually, I'm going to put this right in here like this. You could just take this and set it as a table favor, or just hand them out just like that. You don't have to put it in a bag. But I feel like the bag, for what I'm using them for, is going to kind of add to the festive feeling. So let me just drop that down in there. And then I found it easier to just put it in there first and then put the glue. Oh my goodness, not glue, honey stick, not glue stick, honey stick down in there like that. That just seemed like it worked a little bit easier. And now this is just some gold ribbon. This is old, it's retired. Again, I told you that I just started pulling stuff out and just picking stuff to use. So I'm using this old retired ribbon. You could use any ribbon that you have that coordinates with your paper. And I'm just going to pull this together right up here. And I think this ribbon kind of grabs and holds. Yes, it does. Sometimes they don't. If that's the case, if it keeps slipping while you're trying to do it, you can use your reverse tweezers. This is acting pretty good, but I'll go ahead and put that on there just to make sure. Well, I'm going to tie a bow. Oop. And let's pull the loops down a little bit here. Don't need them to be too huge. And we can kind of zhuzh things around a little bit. Lay down, lay down. And let's trim this. We certainly don't need all of that. Okay, here we are. There's our little tea and cookie or tea and biscuit. A little honey to sweeten it all up. So I'd love to know what you think about that. I love to drink tea. I drink coffee too, but I really do like my tea, especially when the weather is a little bit cooler. And so I just find that this is just such a sweet, sweet little treat to give out. Love it. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's make another one for fall. So I'm just going to set this aside. And for this one, I'm using this gorgeous paper. I believe it was called Gathering Together. You guys have seen me make some other things with this, a couple of cards, I believe. But today we're going to make one of these tea treats. So let's see. I'm thinking about what I want on the outside of my little packet and what I want on the inside. Hmm. Okay. I'm having a hard time deciding. All right. I am going to put these on the outside. Something else that I didn't mention a minute ago, I'm using non-directional paper. If you're using directional paper, that's a little more challenging because as you can see with all the folding, things might not turn out um, going the right direction or going the direction you want it to. So that is something to consider when you're choosing your paper. I find it just a lot easier to work with the non-directional paper and then I don't have to worry about it. So remember, we're just going to start by folding in half diagonally. And then we're going to bring this down here. And I'm just going to eyeball this. Let's see if I can get close to getting it where I want it. The other thing you can do when you're just kind of like trying to make sure things are balanced, kind of symmetrical, is looking at the point and seeing if it's down directly below that point. That's another way that you can kind of check yourself. So just press that down. Now lift up and I'm going to bring this up here just below that fold. There we are. Let's press that down. We'll use my bone folder a little bit there. And this side comes down right here. Okay. Now we have that. And this is just going to fold over like that. Now, I've got a piece of basic beige and I want to stamp a sentiment on it. And I'm going to use the Gathering Moment stamp set, this little one here that says thankful for you. So we're going to use that. And I think I want to use early espresso. Use this dark, dark brown early espresso ink to stamp that. There we go. And I'm going to use a punch instead of doing die cutting. And this is an old punch. And honestly, I cannot remember right now what it is called. but some of you may have that. If you don't have it, no worries. Use another punch, use some dies. It doesn't matter. Whatever you've got will work. I've got that upside down. That looks hard for me to decide if I'm straight. It's like an optical illusion. We're going to go with that. Let's turn it right side up. There we are. Now, I have used my punch already and punched out a piece of gold foil specialty paper. And I want to layer these two things together. And you guys have seen me do this recently. I just want to point this out. I'm going to cut it here. So we're going to see the gold above and below. But you could also cut it this way and have the gold showing on each end. So this particular punch works either way. I'm going to do it this way. So I just need a little bit of glue here. Put a little bit near the edge there. And then I'm going to put this down right here. I think it looks so pretty, kind of peeking out from behind there. Oh, and I am going to stamp something else on here, but we can do that after we put these gold foil pieces on it. I'm going to pick this up and push these around a little bit to make sure I get it where I want it. Straight would be good. And push it over a little bit so we get it centered on there. There we go. I think that will work. Now, probably should have done this earlier, but I didn't, so I'm going to do it now. I have a stamp from this same stamp set. It's this leaf right here. And I am going to grab my crushed curry ink pad. Oh, okay. I just looked up and Lisa, I see hot dog cut versus hamburger cut. That is absolutely correct. That is a very, very good description. All right, so I ink this up and then I do want to stamp off because I just want a really, really, really light, and lucky for me, it fits right on there. There we go. So just a little hint of a leaf back there. All right. This is going to go on. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. Okay, let me hold that down for a minute. And we didn't talk about this, but this paper, as well as the Traditions of Christmas paper that we used on the other one, it does have gold foil accents in it. So that's why I chose the gold. Thought that would look really nice. Very festive. Okay. Now I've got some chocolate mint tea. Got my Biscoff cookie and my honey stick. So let's put this together. This tea is delicious. It's so good. A little cookie down in there, like that. And I need another bag. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I in the description down below the video, I always put a bunch of stuff down there for you. But in particular, I have the Amazon link for these bags because someone always asks. So I want to go ahead and put that in the description for you. There we are. Now I have got this ribbon. This is a current ribbon. It is called Gold Striped. So the gold striped ribbon. And bonus points if you can tell me what suite this is in or what the coordinating products are that go with this ribbon. Let's see if anybody recognizes it. Let me hold it up here so you can see it. Very pretty. Let's see if anybody can come up with it. All right, we're going to tie this up. And of course, as usual, at the end, I've got more to show you. I want that to lie down, and it doesn't want to. Okay, there we go. See if I can get another bow here. Smaller loops, please. Well, they don't want to stay small. Here we go. My bows are kind of crazy today. Okay, let's trim this off. Okay, here we go. So tea and cookie number 2. I think it's so pretty with all the gold, shimmery, shimmery gold. All right, nobody's going to guess. This ribbon, I don't remember the precise name of the suite right now, but do you remember all of the celebratory sips? The paper, the dies, the stamp set. A super fun stamp set. It was a online exclusive from a few months back, and this was the ribbon with it. So, you never know when you get something what you might use it with. You might use it with something completely different than what it was shown with. All right, last one. And I've already done a lot of the prep on this one. So here we go. I use those same dies and I die cut out a garden green. Is that an oval? Squoval. A squoval. And then I stamped Deck the Halls. And if you're wondering where that stamp came from, it was last month's paper pumpkin. There's the stamps. Last month's paper pumpkin had these awesome stamps. I love my paper pumpkin kit that I get every month because the stamps in it are fantastic. And so I pull those out and use them every once in a while. So there is our sentiment. That's all ready to go. The paper I'm using for this one is Christmas Tags and More, 6x6 paper. I used that. I'll show you another project at the end that I used some of that paper on. But here it is, bright red and green, Christmas. And so this is the piece. I've already done my folding, but unfold it here for you. So this is the piece that I'm going to use for this one. Love it. All right, we've already got, boop, boop. We've already got the fold done. And now we just need to adhere this and maybe put some embellishments on here. There we go. Super duper cute. All right. And I'm wondering if we should use these little peppermint embellishments. I love these. They're so fun. They're so fun. I mean, I guess we could use something, some of those sequins, but I do like these. Let me get my tea. Okay, and some ribbon. So where is my take your pick tool? All right. Let's see. I guess there's 3 different sizes here. So I think, yeah. With all of those little swirls, it's like I couldn't tell. But yes, there's one. And let's see, let's get this little medium sized one. And we'll put it right here. Whoop, right there on the edge. And then get one of these little bitty ones. And we'll put it, let's put it right there. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I used those. Those are really adorable. Okay. So I've got my double spice chai tea. And where's my cookie? Here's my cookie. Slide that down. And my bag. Where's the opening? Here it is. And my honey. Gotta put the honey stick in there. There we go. All right. And this is, what is it called? Red. It's the red shiny ribbon, I think. And it's current. You can find that in the store. So let's get this tied up. I'm just into big bows today. Okay. Trim, trim. Awesome. Okay. There we go. Hold on. Let me grab the other ones that we just made. These are the ones that put together for you today. Let me look at the comments and see what's going on. Oh, hi, Cheryl. I didn't know you were here. Thanks for being here. Oh, those pear jelly beans. I gave some of those to somebody today. Oh, and Jean, yes, the we were talking about this ribbon. It was actually from that celebratory sips suite. Kind of surprised myself when I was looking through my ribbon and was like, that would work. Lisa, yes, I have not done that, but so you would need to just experiment with some scrap paper, like some, this is 6 by 6. So, you just have to get a bigger square of paper. So you might just try with some printer paper or something. That's what I do sometimes when I'm trying to make something for the first time or trying to change the measurements on something. Instead of using my designer series paper, try to just use some scrap paper. And then I don't feel bad if I have to try to do it like 3, 4, 5, 6 times before I get it right. But I think that's a great idea. You could make it with those cute packs of hot chocolate. I have also seen, I don't remember what brand it was, but hot chocolate that, when you think about it, most of the, like the Swiss Miss or those kinds, the packet is probably kind of like this, right? I don't know, something like that. But I have seen some hot chocolate packets that were much narrower and taller. I don't remember what brand it was, but I've seen a different shape, size of the packet. So that's something else to look for, maybe. I don't know if one would be easier than the other. Okay, that's what we got today. Let me show you some of these other ones. First, let's move these out of the way. And these are some of the ones that I'm making for Thanksgiving to go with me to the little event that I'm going to go to. So there's some different ones. I actually love this one. This is with the dark brown. I love the way that turned out. So pretty. But these are all different, different. This one I used a different tea bag. You can't see it too much, but it's chamomile and lemon, and so there's a little green leaf right there. I just thought it was kind of fun to bring the green out of the paper there. So those are for Thanksgiving. And then I made a few other Christmassy ones. And this is paper from last year. This is the Take a Bow paper. It was a 6 by 6 paper, which is great because this is a 6 by 6 paper project. So you don't even have to cut it, just pull it out of the package and you're ready to go. So there's that Deck the Halls stamp again, and the May Your Christmas Be Bright. And this one, this Noel stamp, was also from the Wishing You Joy. There it is right there. Just a little Noel. So super cute. And these are old embellishments. They're little like iridescent snowflakes. And that they look cute on there. Oh, and I used a different punch for this. It's the double oval punch. So that's an old punch. But oh, and I used it on this one too. Oh, and that one. Okay, that didn't dawn on me when I was showing them to you. But then here's the Christmas one we did today. So oh my goodness, we did a bunch of these, and these are just they're so easy. Um, if you're just sitting and watching your favorite show on Netflix, you can just sit and fold and fold and fold, and before you know it, you've got a bunch of them done. So that is what we've got today. I did want to remind you because I know everybody, well, not everybody, some of you are finished with all of your Christmas projects. I envy that. But in case you're still looking for Christmas or holiday projects, remember we made these a couple weeks ago. So if you missed that one, these little treat boxes. If you missed that one, just scroll back and find it. It's here on my channel. And then Christmas cards. I think this was last week. This one posted last week while I was on vacation. So these quick and easy Christmas cards, and then these were from a few weeks ago. This little fun fold, and you can also have it be a gift card holder, which is great. So all of these are also on my channel. And if you ever need anything, please reach out to me. Please email me or send me a message. And I would be very happy to help you as much as I can. All right, so thank you so much for being here. It's so good to be back here and to be able to do a live and chat with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed today's project. And I will be back again next Monday with something else. All right, you guys have a great week, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.